Now, Sports Talk with Brodes. Here's Hunter Brody.
This football team is a disgrace, really. Every single damn week, they blow my mind. They shouldn't, because we should comprehend by now how much of a joke they really are. But still, they find these different ways where it's ridiculous. I was informed by the head coach that he would be rolling Carson Wentz out of the pocket more. Didn't we hear him actually utter those words? Yet I recall literally two plays, where it was designed for Carson Wentz to roll to the right. And guess what? This shouldn't be shocking, but in those two plays, boom, you actually had success. It's wild that he fails to see that, and he fails to game plan for that every single damn week. I actually give him credit. Early in the game, that is, because he was running the damn football. Miles Sanders running the rock. He ultimately ended up fumbling, and that's huge. But I knew right at that moment, that was 8 straight runs, may I add. But I knew in that moment that would be the difference in Doug Pederson sticking with it or going away from it. But it was successful. It was so damn obvious that it was working. The first half, 14 rushes, 62 yards for Miles Sanders. The second half, 2 rushes, 4 yards. You tell me that that's not a problem. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I'll tell you exactly the difference between what I saw out of Baker Mayfield and what I saw out of Carson Wentz. But before I do that, we are broadcasting live from the Manscaped Man Cave. You get 20% off and free shipping with the code BROD at manscaped.com. Go check out all of their products, the Lawnmower 3.0, their new Weed Whacker. They have ball deodorant. It's fantastic, high-quality products. Go check it out. So here's the difference, and Ray Didinger did an excellent job of explaining this post-game on Eagles post-game live, but I was truly thinking this the entire time watching the Browns offense and watching the Eagles offense. And this isn't anything that it's like, oh, I just realized this now. No, I've been literally freaking out about how Doug Peterson's offense has no rhythm and it never builds off of each other. His play calls don't make sense. They have no clue what their identity is offensively, and that's an issue. While what Stefanski's doing and Baker Mayfield's doing, it's working effectively. And let's be realistic. It's not like Baker Mayfield is some legitimate stud. It's not like he's some awesome quarterback that's torching defenses left and right, and that's why the Browns are 7-3. He is a game manager at this point, right? But they're 7-3 and they're winning football games. I'm acknowledging that the Eagles do not have Kareem Hunt and Chubb, Nick Chubb, bang, bang, with that type of duo. But you can still utilize the run game to open up your pass game. And do you see the difference in play calls? Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, play action, get Baker Mayfield out, boom, big chunk play. And it happened consistently. Now, it helps that the cornerbacks opposite of Darius Slay suck. Avonte Maddox was pitiful. He was disturbing to watch. Now, I feel bad because he shouldn't be there. And everybody knows that he shouldn't be there. And that's when you need to look at roster building, roster construction. No one was ever put in place to be opposite of Darius Slay. No one that actually made sense. Avonte Maddox doesn't make sense, and it never made sense. He's doing it by default. It's sort of like Shake Milton getting thrown in the playoffs last year. He shouldn't be there. So when he fails, are you supposed to be pissed off with him or be mad that you're even in that situation to begin with? That's how I feel about Avonte Maddox. I even tweeted out in the middle of the game, why not put Will Parks at safety, move Jalen Mills to cornerback, so at least you have someone who's a little bit more experienced in the outside corner role. And then Jalen Mills falls asleep. He allows a wide open play down his sideline. I quote tweeted myself, I had to do this, and asked for Avonte Maddox back. But yes, it helps when the opposite side of Slay is abysmal. But don't you see the difference in the identity of the offense? And even though you know their identity, and I thought the Eagles' defense, for the most part, did an excellent job stopping them until later in the game where at some point the mediocre defense wasn't going to be able to play like an above-average defense. They would fall to who they really were. And Roddy McLeod was getting jumped over. Mills was getting jumped over. Oseman was getting stiff-armed by Kareem Hunt, who goes for 54 yards. I mean, it definitely got ugly defensively, and they were out of gas, essentially. I was going to say all these players had nothing left in the tank. They ran out of gas. Okay, I mean, like I said, you can't expect this defense, who wasn't their identity, who they are as a defense, is not as good as what they put on through the first handful of quarters. So you knew eventually they would get back to reality, and that's what you witnessed later in the game. There is something that makes sense, though, when I watch this Browns offense. Run the ball, get the quarterback out of the pocket, and let him go to work. That eats me alive. Doug Pederson's game plan continues to be a huge issue for my liking. And he also quit on the football team. Yeah, that's right. He's talking post-game about, well, if we sit Carson Wentz, that's a bad message for the quarterback. That's essentially saying that our season's over. One, your season's over. I get you're not going to say that, but your team sucks, and you're the leader of the team, so therefore you suck this season. He's sucked in spurts in other years, but this season, he has been such a terrible head coach. He gave up on this football team. End of the first half, Josh Sweat gets a big-time sack, and he doesn't call a timeout. As if he's putting his hands up saying, let's go to the tunnel. Let's go to halftime. What? Stop the clock. Try and get the football back. You're telling your team, I don't believe in you. Now, you have the right to feel that way based off of what they have shown you to this point. But as a head coach, you need to give your team a fighter's chance. You got to give them the opportunity. They have been wretched. They have been bad. And we've seen it. Our eyes have literally seen it every single week. So we know. But you can't flat out quit. And then post-game, Jeff McClain asked him the question about the play. And he's acting as if he doesn't remember the play. And I know he hates Jeff McClain with a passion. So a little bit of me doesn't want to believe that he truly forgot it. He's asking around, I don't really remember. Ask me tomorrow. I'll tell you. I don't know, Doug. I don't know if you're telling the truth or lying, because I know you're a liar. That is something I do know. You specifically mouthed these words, and these words came out vocally. You were going to get him out of the pocket more. You couldn't have done a worse job trying to get him out of the pocket by design plays. And it's more of an issue than just Doug Pederson, okay? No doubt about it. Carson Wentz sucks right now. Whether it's taking the safety in the back of the end zone, can't happen. The offensive line, holy hell! Jason Peters, get off the damn field! But once again, that goes on Doug Pederson for allowing this to continue to happen. I don't know if Jason Peters has naked pictures of Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman. He's got something. He's got dirt, because there's no way he should play. Now, I will admit that before this game, and there were stats to prove it, he was giving you similar play to Mailata. Mailata had some hiccups. Jason Peters had some hiccups. It was never to this degree, though. Except for maybe game 1 against Washington, he was pretty ugly. It hasn't been to this degree. But if it gets to this degree, he's unplayable. He's unplayable. Imagine if Garrett was playing as well. Carson Wentz would have got hit 300 times in this game. But that doesn't take the blame off of Wentz. I talked about taking the safety. Everyone's talking about that missed play to Reagor on the interception. He threw the interception. He got hit. It looked like he was looking for Miles Sanders. Reagor was wide open. Now, I'm going to trust Torrey Smith here. You might not want to go down that road to voice more frustration towards Wentz, and that's up to you. I am so upset with Carson Wentz, and I am giving up. I'm not saying I'm 100% out on him, but clearly, when you watch this team play, you lose more faith and more faith as the weeks go by. I am trending in the direction of losing faith in Carson Wentz, as I should, based off of the performances. He literally puts it in our TV screens, in our family rooms, watching on the TV screens. But Torrey Smith tweeted out on Twitter, while using the graphic of Jalen Reagor wide open, This play is slow developing, and there's a lot more to it than it meets the eye when it comes to just looking at that still frame. Where the ball should be going to the outside shoulder, so in that still frame, everyone's looking at it. Well, look, he's wide open in the middle of the field. You can throw it to him on the inside. Well, if that's never in the play design, I'm not going to blame Wentz for not doing it. I'm going to trust Torrey Smith here, essentially, is what I'm getting at, considering he knows the playbook. He's played under Doug Pederson. He's played here in Philadelphia. I'll say that he has a little bit more knowledge than some of the other individuals out there who's just reaming Wentz. And I do think it's fine and fair to rip Wentz a lot in this game, but that specific play, if someone like Torrey Smith, who has operated underneath of this scheme before, I'll say he probably knows more about that play. That was awful. The throw to Fulgham when there were 5 defenders in the end zone should have never happened. What else shouldn't have happened? That play to Alshon Jeffrey, although, dude, Alshon does not want to play football here. Did you see the effort on that play? He doesn't give a damn. What was that jump? What was that fake little jump attempt? Ow, damn it, I just hit my funny bone. But what was that? I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to pretend that didn't hurt. I'll pull a Jason Kelsey. How about that? I'll come back with some robotic-looking arm, and I'll ask somebody else to hit the stop and start button for me like he did with the damn face mask of his helmet. Warrior, by the way. That guy's like, nope, I ain't going in the blue tent. No way. Comes back out. And the one play that he didn't play in, it was 3rd and 7. You get some no-name playing center, and we go for a read option Carson Wentz play, and it got blown up instantly. Doug has no brain cells. I mean, I can't stand looking at this guy. He's clueless. Doug Pederson is clueless. But I told myself, Brodes, relax with the Doug Pederson hate, because the big picture here is the entire team sucks. This team is bad, and it's easy to target Doug and Wentz, and it's very, very reasonable to voice your frustration towards those two, because when you look at the importance of a football team, those are your 2 important pieces. Your most important pieces are head coach, quarterback. So naturally, your frustration and how annoyed you are and how irritated you are watching this team is going to go in their direction. But take a few steps back. This team sucks. They have so many problems. I told you about opposite of Darius Slay. What about the other safety position? And McLeod, by the way, I told you, getting jumped over. He got beat big time on that play by Kareem Hunt. That was a weird play designed by Cleveland, but it was effective, where he takes the option there. He does what he wants, and then he'll flick it over to whoever that was who caught the ball after him. I forget who it was off the top of my head, but Ronnie McLeod gets juked out of his cleats there. He's had a strong season to this point, so it's hard to hate Ronnie McLeod, but he wasn't good. Who's playing opposite of him? Who's playing with him at the safety position? Outside corner, bad. I know Derek Barnett got his hand on that field goal, which is cool that he blocked it, especially after being hurt. But Derek Barnett is not good enough when it comes to the defensive end position. Josh Sweat, I'm intrigued by him. At one point, he got fooled so hard on a Baker Mayfield play-action play. He's facing the wrong way. He gives up. And there's Baker Mayfield rolling to his left, going out and making a play. He flat out quit on the play, just like Doug Pederson quit on his team at the end of the first half to not give them life, to not give them an attempt to go and score. Not that they were going to. I don't have confidence at all that they were going to. But I'm not the head coach. And if I was, even if I felt, we're screwed, we're probably not going to score, I'm going to give them the damn chance. Especially knowing how Doug Pederson works to begin with. That's what he always does. Big balls, Doug. No? Isn't that your motto? Isn't that what you do? Insane to me. It really is. Who else sucks? Who else sucks? These wide receivers aren't getting open. The broadcast did a great job at highlighting that. Well, Carson needs to be better. The offensive line needs to be better. you're not getting open with your receivers. You're not beating guys off the line of scrimmage, and that's why you have these corners being able to play so far up, because you don't have that speed threat either. You don't have that legit Deshaun Jackson type player. You wanted Rager to be that. He has speed, but that's not who he is right now in his career. But you see the way these DBs pressure these individuals, and there's no window. Did you see some of these replays late in the game? You have Wentz trying to throw it into a pocket that's this damn big. Now, to be fair, he's missed a bunch of wide open targets as well throughout all season long, but you can see it highlighted how awful it is at times. These guys can't get open. Now, I have a problem with Fulgham not being schemed open. I got problems with these receivers not being schemed open. That's also a problem from the philosophy standpoint of the head coach. I watch so much damn NFL football. I see guys, we just watched this team specifically. I said, Baker Mayfield, he's not this stud. He's just not. He's flat out not. But this offense is moving guys, bootlegs, getting guys open. Boom, boom. Boom, guys are getting schemed open. No one gets schemed open in this offense. And also, they keep trying this little screen to Greg Ward to the right side. You're using your slowest player. Literally, you can't find a slower player than Greg Ward. He doesn't have this explosiveness. Do that with Jalen Reagor. Come on, do it with Jalen Reagor. This is where the brain cells, the lack thereof, comes into play for me. Player percentages. If you give the ball to Reagor, you probably have a higher percentage of getting more speed and being able to run the rock more efficiently. It's crazy to me. Now, Fulgham, he had a couple 50-50 balls that I've seen him catch in the past, and now he's not catching them. Let's go. Right? And I've been saying it for about a week or two now. Have we put way too much stock in these players? We got super excited with Fulgham, and he did show you a lot of splashes. Last couple of games, Now, is that on him? Is that on Doug? Is that on Carson? A combination of all three. But right now, here's reality. He's not giving you 150 yards. He's not giving you 80 yards. He's just not. So what is Fulgham? It scares me. Yeah, I've seen Dallas Goedert make a couple nice plays out there today, which thankfully he has, because it's been a while since he did that, but still not enough for my liking. You saw bits and pieces of it. Why is Richard Rodgers one of our best options? Someone explain that to me. Don't you see that as an issue? When Richard Rodgers is your guy who's making plays every single week, there's other guys who can do it. I promise you there is. As much as I just said, do we overvalue some of these players? They can still do more for you than Richard Rodgers. So come on, Doug. If things are working for this guy, you're telling me there's no other way that they can work for other people? Sure it can. Sure. Man, it's unbelievable to me. It really is. This offensive line, crap, garbage, three-man rush getting to the quarterback. Jason Peters was awful. Yeah, Lane Johnson go out. Opeta was playing. Pryor was playing. What happened to Nate Herbig again? What's going on? What's the storyline behind that one? Because whatever they tell me, I don't think I'm going to buy it, because they lie. They're liars, especially Doug Pederson, who said he'd roll Carson Wentz out more. What a joke. That could be the difference in 5, 6 more completions. 2 that come to my mind instantly. Just 2! Imagine if it's 6, 7, 8. It doesn't need to be every play. You won't win that way. But 2 comes to my mind in time that was meaningful. I don't give a damn about the end of the game when they're down here and they're trying to score here to make it close. No. The game was over. Rolling him out to the right's effective. It's unbelievable. Autumn is in the air, by the way. And Manscaped is here to ensure that you don't carve your pumpkins when grooming. And by pumpkins, we actually mean your boys downstairs. In fact, Manscaped is on a mission to change the way you approach caring for your balls. And great news, they just released their products in the UK, Canada, and Australia. Let's not forget about how great their Lawnmower 3.0 is, which offers a replaceable ceramic blade with advanced skin-safe technology. Their new Weed Whacker uses the same skin-safe technology, which is for their ear and nose hair trimmers. They have body wash, ball wipes. Everyone knows That pumpkin spice lattes and ball deodorant goes hand in hand. Look out for the crop preserver ball deodorant. These formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free. You get 20% off and free shipping with the code BROD at manscaped.com. Make sure you check out what they have to offer. You know, the defense, it's hard for me to judge the defense because when you think about what they did in that first half and stopping Chubb, stopping Kareem Hunt, they did a good job, but they also allowed a lot of chunk plays. Like, they did allow plays. Avonte Maddox was getting waxed. Austin Hooper was wide the hell open, literally wide the hell open in the back of the end zone. Baker Mayfield missed it, and then they tried to run it in on fourth down. Eagles defense came up big with the stop right at the end zone, so right at the goal line. So they did make plays, and they did have that team in there. When you look at the points, the Eagles offense with the safety and the pick six, that's a big chunk of what the Browns scored to begin with. So the Eagles defense at the end of the day didn't lose them the football game. They held them in to their best of their ability because they do have major flaws. You had Davion Taylor in this game. He was getting beat by Austin Hooper, not knowing where to go. Singleton made some plays, but ultimately we still know that they have an issue with this defense. It is not even close to being a good enough product. The roster is not properly constructed, in my opinion, on the back end. And it shouldn't just be in my opinion. It should be everyone's damn opinion. They did give up big plays, though, throughout. So whether they didn't score or they did score, how many times are you going to jump off sides? Be more disciplined. So it's tough for me because I get it, man. I really do. I'm acknowledging that this defense wasn't really the major issue. If you want to look at a pie chart and say, okay, let's look at the percentages of what went wrong, who's in the worst spot, it's not going to be the defense. But throughout, if we talk about 5, 6, 7 plays that can be the difference, and apparently Doug Pederson thinks that there were 4, some of those chunk plays that they allowed defensively could have been that. They fell apart, though, late in the game. And you know why? Because the Browns have an identity. And with that identity, they continue to drill the football, and it tires you out. And you get beat down, and it kills you, and you get tired. They stick to their game plan. What's the Eagles' game plan, Doug, offensively? They don't have one. They don't have a blueprint that beats an opponent. The Browns, even though it was ugly and they have flaws too, they have a game plan, and they stuck to it, and they stayed on top of the run game, and eventually it broke through because they knew that their game plan would eventually do that. There is just no identity from this Eagles offense whatsoever. You don't know what you're going to do out there as an offense. That's a problem. So is the quarterback missing throws. That's a problem. Poor QBR, completion percentage bad decisions, holding on to the ball, taking the safety. There's so many problems with this team. Instead of just pinpointing it on 2 people, which, look, I'm going to have field days with Doug Pederson, this team is not a winning product. And 2017, I don't know how it happened. I don't know how. Another performance where you're bad on third downs, and you add up the last two games together and you look at the third down conversions, it's bad. And I hate to break it to you, it's not just a quarterback problem. That is a scheme problem. You can't scheme people open on third downs. You got to be better offensively from a scheme standpoint. It's that simple. It's so bad. All around, this team is horrendous. They haven't given me a fun moment all year long. And it's bad. And I tweeted this out at the end of the game. This is a very psychopath statement. But I firmly believe that I want this NFL season to be over. I don't want it anymore. It's painful. It's horrendous. It's awful. It's bad when all I'm thinking about during these games, I want more coffee. That's right. All I think about is coffee. Should I make a coffee now? Yeah, I'll make one. I drink the coffee. About 20 minutes later, should I make hazelnut or should I go with the Starbucks golden blend or should I go with the morning blend? Or should I go with the cinnamon bun coffee from Dunkin' that I have now? That's all I'm thinking about. I can't process that garbage at times. Every time the offense gets you into it, the defense allows the other team to score. I can't get over the jumping off sides all the time. Fletcher Cox made an awesome play, and that was an insane offensive line you're going up against. And that was a big boy versus a big boy play when it came to Fletcher Cox and making that play happen, hitting Baker Mayfield's hand. There goes the ball. And then I will admit, look, there was a play that was huge in the game. Right before the Browns scored that touchdown to essentially seal the deal, Baker Mayfield's progress was stopped. Hell no, it wasn't. That was an awful call by the refs. I don't even know what they were thinking. I don't know how they could even possibly blow the whistle there. Awful. Big play in the game. Because even though the Eagles defense just got chewed up, they made a bounce back play. Similar to Austin Hooper being wide open. Browns didn't execute. Eagles defense, big play, turns the ball over on downs. Right at the goal line. So this was the D making up for their mistakes. Ref blew the whistle, though. But this is why, even though I'm so irritated with it, that doesn't crush me. It doesn't kill me. This team didn't deserve to win. No way. They got beat. Seth Joyner stated that this team didn't compete hard enough. If your team's not competing hard enough, who does that fall back on? Especially when the thing that your quarterback, let me repeat that. When the thing that your head coach does the best is keeping everyone together, keeping everyone fighting, keeping everyone on the same page. If Seth Joyner is seeing this team giving up, not competing, and I think that he's a little harsh, because I did see a defense who competed for a long period of time. They gave up bigger plays. They fell back to reality. But I didn't look at this defense and say they weren't competing whatsoever. Bits and pieces, fine, but you'll never watch a football game where one side of the ball is perfect for 100% of the snaps. There will always be hiccups. They fought. I'm torn on how I feel about the defense. Offensively, though, sure, you can see players who weren't fighting out there. I saw Alshon not fight at the end. That was absolutely abysmal. I'm watching wide receivers struggle big time. Does that mean they're not fighting, or are they just not good enough? Reasonable question to ask. Where do we go from here, though? Lane Johnson being out, that could be a big problem. Matt Pryor can't play. He's bad. Nate Herbig, this story's a mess. Mailata needs to go back to left tackle. Doug Pederson needs to run the football more, but I'm done with that. Am I really supposed to sit here and scream at Doug Pederson for not running the football? We've been doing that for 3 damn years. 3 damn years now after that Super Bowl we've been screaming. He had a good system with Clement, with Ajayi, with Blunt, and it was awesome. You have Miles Sanders who, look, let's look at him. He has done a phenomenal job running the rock, and he shows you he's got a unique skill set that can be a factor. And as much as Doug needs to run the damn ball more, hold on to it. When are you going to learn? Stop fumbling. Maybe that would be the difference in the head coach calling more run plays. Now, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn. You still feed the running back because he's making so many positive plays for you. He needs to learn. That's on Sanders. You don't stop running the ball because your young running back is fumbling. You give him more freaking touches and make sure he doesn't fumble it. That's not an excuse from Doug. But if I'm going to look at both sides, let's go, Miles. That pisses me off. Learn. Because it has been a knock on your career. Every week I tell myself it won't get me this fired up. I know they're a bad football team. Yet, 10 minutes after, when I come down here and hit that record button, I can't stop. I cannot stop. I see so many things that makes no sense. That's where I have the issue. If you're losing games and your scheme works, but you lose because it's just a good football game. Sometimes you can do the right things and you have a great battle and it's two good football teams playing hard, but one team has to win, one team has to lose. That happens. And you can swallow those pills differently than this. Here, though, there's a complete difference. It's not making sense. from the head coach's game plan, from who he's putting in at left tackle, what's happening with Carson Wentz, not rolling him out of the pocket, the run game, Carson Wentz sucking, Miles Sanders, he's fumbling the football, you got wide receivers who can't get open, Richard Rodgers is your best weapon apparently, defensively, Avonte Maddox, Jalen Mills, opposite of Slay, suck. Defensive line, some of these pieces need to step the hell up. Ronnie McLeod getting jumped over, getting fooled. I mean, you name it. You name it. Special teams had a good block. Also getting pinned back at the 1-yard line again with the punt return. When's that going to end? I'll tell you what never ends, though, and that's making money. And a great way to make money is going to DraftKings and using code BRODES for a chance to earn a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. Some great things coming your way with me and DraftKings, so just be prepared. But yes, promo code BRODES. This team has been frustrating as hell, but you can sure make some money with them, betting against them, of course, and by looking around the league. Make sure you do that. And let's not forget about Orbit Energy and Power. With over 20 years of experience in the solar industry, they're home to your solar experts in residential and commercial projects. They are dedicated to making sure your project is completed easily and properly by using high-quality materials and trained professionals to get the job done right. They even take care of all permitting and fees right there in the office. They also provide water purification systems, backup energy services, battery storage, tree removals, and more. So make sure you check out their information. It is all down below. When was the last time this team executed a screen pass? And yes, Carson Wentz has had trouble throwing the football and being accurate. Watch these plays. It's more than the quarterback. Watch the design. It's not working at all, ever. How can you not execute a simple screen pass? Ever! Seriously, never. When it's happening to this degree, I will look at the head coach. And when the team is 3-6-1 and they give you this type of football every week, uninspired offensively, no clue what they're doing, no idea how to operate, guess who it falls back on? Doug Pederson. I don't want to hear for 1 second about the NFC East, about them being in first place, about who else is in the division. Like, I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care. I can't stand this team. I don't know if I've hated a team this much. See, I hated the Sixers. We all did by the end. Did I hate it like this? I don't know. I don't know if I have. So the Anytime Hotline is blowing up right now. The phone number, 856-442-9805. Call in. Leave your message on how you feel about the game. On the Day After podcast, which comes out tomorrow, we will react to your phone calls and discuss this game further. So make sure you call, react. It's buzzing. There's nothing better than Sunday's reaction on football games because people are pissed off. And I get it because so am I. I can't continue to handle this mess every single week. What am I going to do right now? Well, I'm going to eat my Chipotle that I ordered during those moments. I was so upset. It's like, I'm going to order Chipotle. Screw it. Ordered it to the house. I can hear the dog going crazy. I think the individual is here now. So I'm going to muck the hell out of that Chipotle, and I can't wait. So it's a perfect time to end this here. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you next time.